Psst, check this out.
Hey there, welcome to another episode of the Back Channel. In today's episode, I want to break down this concept that there are essentially two paths that a founder might have to go down when raising capital. It's actually two types of founders. The first type of founder is a founder who has a ton of credibility. They went to the right universities, they worked at the right companies, they have startup experience. Maybe they founded companies in the past, maybe they've had exits in the past. Essentially, there is some sort of credibility halo that they have. I don't have the exact numbers and descriptions of what type of organizations, how many years at a specific company, how big the exit was, whether or not they made money for their investors, but you kind of understand what category of founder and profile I'm describing. It's the type of founder that there is just a brand feeling behind them, that there is something worth looking at here prior to any sort of traction or anything like that. Then there are the first-time founders, and especially the first-time founders that don't have a special edge that's super visible on their resume. They worked at the specific robotics company, or they were on the OpenAI team, or they did do some product launch, or they had a PhD in like a very specific technical education. They had published. It's that first-time founder that is interesting enough, has done some stuff, but not enough to be like, I'm going to take that at face value at being interesting. It's that first-time founder that have a much harder time to get over the edge, get over the hump. That's the second profile and the second path that we have to talk about. The first, which has that credibility, can organize a fundraise that is much more targeted. Volume is going to be important. Process is always important. And the feeling of competition, the feeling of competitive dynamics is always valuable. But that first type of founder has an edge where they kind of feel they know they're going to get meetings. They feel like they can be more of a rifle shot around, here are the 20 investors, the 25 investors that I should probably go after. The second is much more of a scatter shot, a situation where you're not quite sure what it is about what the investor has seen, what the investor's experiences in different companies, what the investor sees in you is. And in that scenario, which is the vast majority of founders that are trying to raise capital, we are playing a large volume game where process is essential, is instrumental, because there are so many doubts around, what this second category of founder can do. And in that category, you really, really have to be leaning on a large top of funnel, a large target list, real process, calendar density, competitive dynamics. You need them to feel like, I'm not sure if this person can do it, but what if they can? And it feels like other people might do it. I want to take this leap of faith. The founders I see that do best in company building and fundraising have a secret weapon. Their secret weapon is a community of people, of experts, of peers in the startup industry that they can ask for help from at any time, guide them through processes like fundraising. I wanted to make that easier for everyone else to have access to by building the Adamant Fundraising program and community. This gives you access to 75 different training videos around the fundraising process to give you that expert starting point around how to actually execute fundraising, and then access to a community where we host live pitch deck teardowns and office hours every week to make sure that you can ask the minute questions on how your deck should be better, how you should reform your strategy, how you should answer investors who are reaching out to you that you don't know how to answer. So if you want to check that out, if you want to get the secret weapon that I think a lot of the best founders have, check out adamantfundraising.com and join us today. So when you look at a lot of the fundraising tactics that are shared, especially mine, you'll kind of notice that a lot of them veer towards the second category of founder. And when you see a lot of news or headlines about fundraising, you'll see that a lot of them are about the first category. which is really confusing. You hear about that amazing founder that raised an oversized round, and you as a founder in that second category will start getting confused. So what I hope is that this description of these two categories and why those strategies and why the approaches to fundraising might be different, uh, I hope that that is clear to you guys. And what's important for you then is to think to yourself, who am I? What am I? Am I that first category founder or am I that second category founder? And once you understand and are realistic about that, your path to raising capital may be more clear. Okay, I hope some of this tough love, honest feedback, and honest guidance is helpful for a lot of you. We'll discuss this a little bit more, but I will see you on another episode of the Back Channel.